What's up, guys? Welcome to Groovy Vinyls. And today is another review on a band that I love. It's my favorite band of all time. I think it's one of your favorites, isn't it?
It's in my top 5.
You're one of the best guys, and you got the best on YouTube. The hottest band in the world, Kiss! And today we're turning to the handy dandy corner behind me. And well, not really behind me, to my left, or you're right. I don't know.
So,
wait,
what do we got in the corner today, Draken?
Oh, an album recorded in 1976 of what month?
March?
We're just gonna have to guess on that shit because we don't know.
I think it's March.
It was early 1976 because Rock and Roll Over came out in late 1976, and the song you're listening to is a demo from this. Sort of. This is one of their most iconic, recognizable pieces of art. Today we're doing Kiss's Destroyer, and this one's a great one. There's a lot of hits off of this, a lot of the hits they play today. This is great stuff. It's like the Sgt. Pepper's of Kiss.
Isn't it like...
That's basically what it is.
This is the one that like kicked off.
Yeah.
Like
they did a lot. This was their first studio album to kick off because Alive did good. And then when they released this album, most fans didn't like it because it sounded different from the first three, which everybody loved. But like I said, this is like the Sgt. Pepper's of the Beatles. I mean, of Kiss.
Yeah.
This was produced by Bob Ezrin, the same dude who did The Older. And then it was recorded at the record plant in New York City.
Oh yeah. And Ezrin stated like in 2 songs, I'm pretty sure.
Let's get that when we get to those songs.
Right.
It's made by Casablanca too. They basically made this place big. This is a good album. I'm not even lying to you. This is good stuff right here. Alright, track 1 starts off with Detroit Rock City, and it kind of starts off with an intro. It sounds like somebody's working on a car.
A truck.
I say he was working a car or some kind of vehicle.
Yeah.
And then they pop it in, and then he's listening to Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
I guess as the story tells. It starts off telling the story about the guy. This song's about somebody going to a Kiss show and getting in a car wreck. They couldn't believe it. Yeah, Detroit Rock City. Oh my God, no time to turn. I got to laugh because I know I'm gonna die. Why? This song comes with all the lyrics right here.
Shit.
And this is an original from the 70s. It's an original pressing. It looks really good too. But yeah, that's what it's about. And it's a great song. It's one of their hits. It's one of my favorites. I know it's one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of everybody's favorites. Most people know this song. The next track kind of ends off the car crash and restarts. It's supposed to sound, the guitar is supposed to sound like an ambulance coming for the car. That's what the
Yeah.
And the next track is King of the Nighttime World. And that's what we called ourselves during the summer because
we
were never inside at all.
We stayed out until 4, and I played that song.
And we were listening to Kiss too at the same time.
Yeah.
But great song, classic.
It is a classic.
It's good. And there's not really much to say. I love the solo in this song. And things started to already kind of, I'll get to it in a minute. The next song after that's God of Thunder. And you're listening to the demo right now of Paul Stanley singing it instead of Gene Simmons.
It's kind of weird, but...
It was supposed to be more upbeat, and then Bob Ezrin kind of slowed it down and made it Gene's song, which this was the first ever song to make Gene
evil,
this demon, like his persona actually stand out in a song. That was the first. It was the first really song to do that. And then to follow that is most people's most hated Kiss song, Great Expectations.
Now it's just weird because it's God of Thunder and then it turns into Gene saying, "I like your breasts." And you know what my fingers.
Well, I'm not surprised that Gene says that, but it's just there's a choir. There was no Kiss song like this ever. This was the first one to do anything like this, but. I had this album on CD when I was a little kid, and I always loved this song when I was little, and I still love it today. So I don't hate it, but I can see what everybody's problem with it is because it does stand out to all the other stuff that they did.
It's like basically their first not rock.
Here it is right here, and then that ends side one. Good side.
Very beautiful slide.
Really weird ending for most fans. And then to begin, side 2 is Flaming Youth.
Flaming Youth, baby.
Now, something we didn't talk about the next 2 songs on side 2. things in the band already started happening,
Yes.
like bad things.
So now I can explain it.
And then Ace Frehley started not showing up
Yeah,
to the studio to record solos and stuff because he was zoned out of his mind.
I'm pretty sure Dick Wagner replaced like the guitar
Yeah.
in the Flamin' Youth and
Flamin'
Sweet
Youth.
Pain.
Yeah, and Flamin' Youth and Sweet Pain. There is a solo of him in Sweet Pain, but they replaced it with Dick Wagner's solo. Flamin' Youth is a great song.
It
I
is
love
pretty
it.
good.
I think that's Ace's song. I think he made that one. That was pretty. And it was a pretty good one. I think that's why I like it. I didn't know that, but I always loved that song. That
It's a
was
beauty.
always a good one.
It is a beauty.
And the first song you were listening to when it comes on was the demo of it, the boom, boom, doo, 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 and they turned it into this song. And all right, we get to Sweet Pain, like we said, Dick Wagner. The solo is great on it, and I love it. Most people, this is underrated.
It's like when they go to the Sweet Pain, like that's good.
I think this is an underrated Kiss song. I actually really like this song.
It is pretty
It's-
good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. And then Classic comes up, a staple of Kisses, kind of the following up of Rock and Roll All Night, and that's Shout It Out Loud.
Shout it out. That is like a rock and roll all night.
Yeah, it's the. I think of it as the follow up. Because I just think of it as the follow up. That's what I
I
think.
see.
I think they was trying to do it again because Rock and Roll All Night did so well. And great song, good solo, good singing. They were gonna have everybody singing on this song, just like on Great Expectations. They were gonna have everybody singing on it, but Ace would not sing.
They sort of kind of did, but like Ace didn't.
Yeah, Peter didn't either
I'm
because
glad-
Ace didn't. So
I'm
it
glad
didn't really make
Ace
sense.
actually owned up to himself and did some songs.
But it took him a couple albums.
Yeah.
And the next song is the song that made Kiss famous, and that is
Beth,
by Peter Criss.
my favorite member, Peter Criss.
The only song he sings on this album, and it's a great one. And most people hate on this one
It's
too. But
beautiful.
you can't always have hard rock and roll
No.
because this song's good too. I love this song.
It's beautiful.
It's so great, and
his voice.
I like it more than Hard Like Woman.
Piano. That's hard.
I like it more, but I can always hear Hard Like Woman right after it. Like I said in the Rock and Roll Over, but I like Beth more.
Yeah, before I even listened to Kiss, like I had the CD and it played Beth, and I already fell in love with the song. I was like, this is good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song, and if they had, the legend tells that they had the single Detroit Rock City, and they gave it to a radio station, and I forgot where it was. I'm gonna be wrong, so I'm not gonna say it. And they flipped it over, and Beth was on there because they usually put a track that nobody's gonna listen to on the B side. And then they flipped it over, and then everybody started playing Beth, and it just blew up, and that's what, and they won a People's Choice Award in the 70s.
Great.
And then to end this album off is Do You Love Me? Do You Love Me? Great song. I actually didn't like this one that much, and then I used to not like it. I've grown to love this song. It's really great. Good way to end it, and they have like a little hidden track at the end of like a live Great Expectations kind of.
They do.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that when we were listening to it.
They did. It's a hidden track. At the very end, it like shows like they're live or something, and you can hear Great Expectations playing in the background. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I guess that's another nod to Kiss Alive, because there's a lot of nods. And if you look at Ace Frehley,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
he
bring
has
that
a
up.
4 on there to show that this was the
Now-
fourth studio album.
That's just radical right there because they actually put a hint that it's the fourth studio album.
Now, because I think that we're kind of starting to get a little bit too much in time, I'm not going to rate individually each song,
let's
but
just
let's
rate
rate each side. Yeah.
Right.
Side 1, I'd have to give. I'd give it a 9. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.5.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10 because God of Thunder is good, but it's not like my favorite Kiss song, and Great Expectations is not my favorite Kiss song, but I like it. So I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10.
They got a little. The songs got something though. So.
Side 2, I'm gonna have to give that one a 9.5 out of 10.
I'd give a 9.5 out of 10 because
If it had one more hit, it'd be 10 out of 10.
Flamin' Youth, I kind of like that, but not that much. So that's probably what brings it down to 9.5.
And for this whole album, I'm gonna let you do the honors. What do you rate this whole album?
10 out of 10. I can't.
I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10 because although this is good Kiss music, it's not one of their bests, and I like other albums.
I was gonna.
My favorite's of course that one, but we already did the review on that one. And this is one of the favorites, definitely top 10, maybe top 5, but it's not my favorite. But it's a good album.
I was gonna give it a 9.5, but felt like you'd get mad at me since you're a Kiss fan. So.
I mean, I am, but I just have to be fair. I can't nut swing everything they come out with in the 70s. This has to be a 9.5 on my part. And if you don't have this album, buy it, listen to it. It's a great album to introduce you to Kiss.
Yes.
And with that, we're going to be out of here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Just become a hippie and stay groovy. You really like my limousine. You really like staying alive.